Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 10th day. So my name is Lin Yuan-Su. I'm your transformation life coach. And every single day when we get together, we start with practicing a breathing exercise. We inhale through our nose and we exhale through our mouth like you're blowing into a straw. One more time, inhale and exhale. This particular breathing exercise will really help you to stay grounded, as well as it's going to calm your nervous system. Every single day when we get together, we start also with sharing a gratitude and a proud moment. So something you are truly grateful for in your life and something you're very proud of yourself. Today, I'll share with you the idea of listening or finding those soft signals in your life. The universe, your spirit, is continuously sharing with you those soft signals. It's not if it's going to give you the signals, is what are they? And once again, they're soft signals because they're this small, still voice. Some people call it the intuition. Some people call it listening to your gut. The voice is small and still. It's not a shout. It's not a static that you do. It does not make any sense. It's not a screaming. It's very calm. During this process of finding that voice or listening to those, finding those signals, we need to quiet down that chattering in our mind. And that's truly what we do during meditation, is we're quieting down all of those chatters in our mind about what's going on in our life, what's going wrong, who wronged you, who hurt you, or how dark this time is, the problems, the challenges. And we quiet all of that down so we can hear all of those soft signals. We can hear that small, still voice. So ask yourself, after we took that 2 deep breath, ask yourself, what have the signals that you have been receiving in your health, regarding your health and well-being? Maybe you have felt that you should be exercising more or eating healthier for your health. But once again, maybe the louder voice says, no time, no energy, too busy. Noticing those soft signals in your health and well-being. And notice the soft signals in your relationships. Maybe you have been not satisfied with your current relationship. Maybe it's a marriage that you knew deep down in you, you should be stepping away from it. Maybe it is a relationship that you have truly this longing to rebuild with your parents, with your children, with your siblings, with your friends that matters most for you. What are your soft signals in your relationship area? What are the soft signals in your vocation, your vocari? What you do with your time and talent? We all do something with our talent and with our time. So what is the soft signal in that area? Do you feel like the job you have been doing, you absolutely love it, but you would love to spend less time? You would love to spend less time commuting, possibly you would love to spend less time just doing it, but you enjoy what you do. Or maybe your soft signal is you want to go back to school to start doing something completely different. Yet the louder voice says, you're too old, it takes too long. Whatever those louder voice, quiet down, just leaning into that soft signals. And what about the soft signals in your freedom area, in your time and money freedom? To be able to create, to be, to give in the way that you truly would love to. What are some of your soft signals in that area? And now I'm going to share with you Mary's stories. My mentor, Mary Morrissey, is a phenomenal woman. She has been Working in transformation helped thousands and hundreds of thousands of people in her life, and her career expands over 45 years. When about 16 years ago, 16 years ago, so 2003, 2004, around that time, one day she opened up a mail, and that letter absolutely shocked her. It was she was being served at court, because she was the head of a church at that point, and she had a board, and she had a chartered accountant looking after all of the finances, the investment of the church to be able to build. The church owns the land. They have the structure of that particular church, and then she would deliver teachings every single week to thousands of people on that particular property. And also her teachings were broadcasted across the Northwest of the United States. She's very well respected, and she was on the front page of the local newspaper, the major newspapers at the time. Mary Morrissey speaking at the UN, Mary Morrissey with Nelson Mandela, Mary Morrissey working with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And that was the career she had built at that point. And one day she opened this mail, it all shattered. At that time, her husband was also the CPA in charge of the entire church's finances. And without her knowledge, without anybody's knowledge, he has been making some decisions because he had underlying undiagnosed mental health issues. And he has been making very radical decisions that into different investment. And apparently underneath the church, he built 11 other different businesses, and all of the money was drained. And overnight, Mary went from being head of the church and built amazing reputation, helped thousands of people, and being the administrator of that church, to Mary Morrissey, the corrupt administrator, because people were not talking about what actually happened about with her husband, and they were just talking about her because she is the public figure. And so her entire life shattered. She had to file for bankruptcy. Her house was seized. Her husband went into jail, and obviously, eventually, they filed for divorce. Her marriage ended, and she lost everything. She lost everything. And then she had nowhere to go. She had no house. So she lives in Oregon at the time. And one day she drove just onto the Oregon beach area, and she felt that I need to go stay at the beach for a few days, possibly a few weeks, just to walk through this dark time. At that time, her world was shaking. At that time, it was a very, very dark. She went into this real estate office, and the lady works in that office knows of her because she has been to her women's retreats multiple times. And the woman said, "Oh, Mary, you poor thing, you're going through such a rough time." And Mary said, "Yes, I know. It's what's on the news is there are some underlying mental health issues we were not aware of, and led to this state." And the woman said, "How can I help you?" Mary said, I want to rent just a room, just somebody's house. So if I can rent a room, I just want to stay on the beach for a few weeks." And the woman said, that's perfect, because there's this couple, they just bought a brand new house, and the pool is not installed yet, and they want to make sure it's installed before they move in. And they're willing to let people living in it just for a few weeks, just paying the utility. And Mary said, "Perfect. I'll live it. I'll rent that house for a few weeks." So for a few weeks, she was living on this beach house, and she was just really, they had a house to herself. And every single day she would take an early morning walk on the beach. Every single day she would cry for weeks. It was about the 5th week, one day, when she went to the beach, taking her walk once again, And by that time, she had done enough crying, and she was relatively calm. And then she heard this voice, "You're still breathing." It was the first time for weeks that she has been connected with this voice. That is her spirit. And then that voice said, "Dark chapter, not the whole book." And Mary was very thrilled to be able to connect to that voice again, because for weeks she had never heard anything from that voice. Dark chapter, not your entire book. And the next thing she heard, again, everything is divine appointment. I made the decision at the beginning of April to deliver this particular program. And every single day, I'm organizing my teachings, the material I'm going to share with you. And just today, as I was preparing, I was going through Mary's teaching so I can sort out what I want to share here. I heard her teaching. I heard this story one more time. I heard this story over and over many times, but today I heard it again. And part of her story, as of this moment, was what happened to him on Saturday. And look at our calendar where we are right now. Today is Easter Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. Sunday is Easter Sunday. I got goosebumps. Even right now, as I'm sharing this with you, I still get goosebumps. This is a divine appointment. Everything happens for a reason. What happened to him on Saturday, regardless of what's your religious practice, regardless of if you're familiar with the Bible or familiar with the story of Jesus or not, it does not matter. It's going to speak to you in the language that you understand perfectly. What happened to him on Saturday, right? Friday was the crucifixion. Sunday was the resurrection. What happened to him on Saturday? It was a dark time. That's what we're going through together. It's a Saturday. We're going through this Saturday together. It is a dark time. I'm putting a smile on my face because it is just one day. It is one period. It is going to be over. Leaning into your truth, finding that voice in you that is small and still and calm and loving. Looking for the soft signals in your life, in your health and wellness, in your relationships and love, in your vocation, what you do with your time and talent, and in your freedom area. Looking for those small signals, leaning into them. You can use this time to listen to that voice, to find those soft signals, and create a very, very different version of your own life that is much fuller, freer, expansive by the end of all of this. So on Sunday, you can rise again, much more powerful, much more joyful, living a much bigger life. It is your choice. Leaning into that strength and power you have. If you would like to receive more support from me or receive free coachings from me, I'm offering free coaching session. My initial coaching session is free. I would love to have the opportunity to support you in this journey. My email is right here. You can contact me at any time. During this time, stay healthy, stay strong. I'll see you tomorrow.